story of Florence Nightingale. Value of compassion. Florence Nightingale was named after her birthplace, Florence in Italy. When almost a year old, she returned with her family to England. Their house was always full of friends and family. Florence would look after children by inventing games and making sure they didn't get hurt. She also did whatever she could do to help injured horses or sick calves. She cared for wounded birds until they can manage themselves. Her father reminded her not to let her compassionate heart make her forget about her lessons. Florence often helped her mother deliver food to the poor around their estate. Her heart ached at misery in which some of them lived. When she grew older, she visited them on her own, especially the sick. She wanted to make them well, so Florence decided to become a nurse. Her family was shocked because nursing wasn't a respected profession. But Florence is determined and studied boot on medicine. One day she persuaded a doctor to show her around the London hospital. She was shocked and dirty and uncared for patient, filthy, ward and bed and the rest. Florence vowed to change all of this. Florence knew she had a lot to learn about nursing, so she visited hospitals in France, Germany, and Ireland, and learned everything she could do. When returning home, she was an expert on hospital management. In 1853, Florence agreed to take over a small London hospital. Her biggest trouble is finding good trained nurses, so she decided to train them herself. Soon people began to study her methods of nursing, sanitation, and hospital organization. About a year later, Britain became involved in a war against Russia. London newspapers were full of the stories about terrible conditions wounded and sick soldiers were serving. Sydney Harbour, the Secretary of War, asked Florence to help care wounded and care for the wounded and the sick. Needless to say, Florence agreed to go. When Florence and nurse arrived at the British hospital in Scutari, in modern-day Istanbul, they were horrified. The hospital left men lying on the floor and rats were running everywhere. There was no running water and no heat. Many soldiers died before receiving help. In spite of the shortage of staff, the doctor wouldn't listen to her. They didn't like the idea of the woman in the army hospital until one day 500 unexpected casualties arrived. Doctors soon realized that Florence knew what she is doing. She made change and arranged better sanitation. Above all, Florence made sure these men were washed and their injuries were cared for. Every night she would walk through the woods with her lamb. Reporters, including famous London Times reporters William Howard Russell, sometimes stopped in Scutari. His story made Florence famous throughout England. One day Florence crossed the sea to war-torn Crimea. When later she became very ill, close to death. When the news spread, the British soldiers everywhere prayed for her recovery. Finally, her fever broke, and when she was strong enough, Florence was bad and work. When she returned home after the war, Florence was astonished that people recognized her. A fund had even been set out in her honor. Many of the soldiers she had nursed had made contributions. Now she could set Nightingale Training School in London. After years of hard work, Florence Nightingale saw the army barrack become less crowded and the soldiers' health improved. The hospital became clean and cheerful. Nursing became an honored profession. All of this is because of the compassion of the ladies with the lamb.